Alright, welcome along to another review on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the original run. Fantastic episode this, Pawns of the Game Master. This episode, I'm telling you, the writer of this, as soon as I see his name on anything, it's going to be good. Paul Dini wrote this. You know you're in for something tasty whenever you get anything written by him, no matter what it is, a show like this, or comic books, that sort of thing. Fantastic. Got a great career in writing great stories. And yeah, I wasn't 100% whenever I seen the name of this episode. There was something about it that jumped out at me as, for some reason, not one of the stronger episodes in the run. And quite possibly not, to be fair, but very well written. And, coming at it from adult eyes instead of a kid's eyes, you can really appreciate the storyline in here, again, because of Paul Dini. Very good. These 80s shows had a lot of grown-up stuff in there as well. But at the end of this here, very simple story and moral to the end of it, but the way it's pieced together, fantastic. Look at this character called the Game Master that comes to Eternia. He's in search of champions to fight in an arena and his games, and he's looking through different options of people that he wants to get his hands on. He starts off maybe Ram Man, and you get a little bit of a look at him again and his clumsiness, but brave warrior, but very clumsy. That's not the sort of person he's looking for. Beast Man is another option, but he's too unpredictable and too aggressive and whatnot. Just, again, not the sort of thing he's after. But at the end of the day, his choice is going to be the greatest hero of all on Eternia, and that is He-Man. So he sets up this fake distress call to bring He-Man out as the hero, and offers him the opportunity to come fight in the arena. And of course, He-Man turns him down, and the Game Master is like, fine, no problem, we'll part ways, it's all okay. The other creatures and champions that he has with him that tried to capture He-Man here, it's not just as simple as dragging him out into the open and offering him the chance. He sets him up with all these other champions to attack him, just so he can see He-Man's skills in action. But He-Man turns him down anyway. He leaves along with Battle Cat and the Game Master. As servants and champions are kind of, you're just going to let him go, Master. And he's like, no, I'm going to see if he's got any weaknesses, and I'll use that to get him into the games. And at this point, we start to see the more of the romantic side of the relationship between He-Man and Teela. She's training at the palace against this new battle robot thing that Man at Arms has created, and it gets the better of her. And He-Man comes in, and manages to disarm her. All she's got's her shield, and He-Man's like, "Can I help you?" And he takes her shield and he throws it at the thing and hits the button to turn it off. And he's like, "You know what? A shield is as good as a weapon, sort of thing." They have a little moment together there. You can see the kind of romantic side coming out in this episode. Something very Paul Dini is very good at is writing relationships between characters and bulbing that side of it, as well as giving you a very tasty episode. At this point, one of the Games Master's little creatures is there spying, and they see that this is his Achilles heel. This is the weak point that they can use to get He-Man into the games. They attack and manage to kidnap. I just lost my place because there is Strider is in this episode as well, a mechanical horse that Man at Arms has created, and there's not so much in there about him in this one. There's a little bit of a comic moment where Prince Adam, aka He-Man, is trying to impress a couple of girls with this robotic horse, and it bucks him off. And Tila kind of makes fun of him because of we changed the voice commands for Strider, and anybody that doesn't know the commands and basically isn't horror man at arms is going to get bucked off. And there's a little bit of a moment there too where you can see there's a romantic relationship between Prince Adam and Tila. She doesn't know that Prince Adam is He-Man, but it's the love triangle really that she doesn't know about, and that plays a big part in the revival that Kevin Smith wrote, which people either loved or hated. Personally, I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I think I did reviews on this channel of it. Can't quite recall, so if you're interested in them, go and check it out. The reason I brought Strider into it was because of that series as well. You know, they delve into some characters from the original. So, yeah, so there's a romantic side that Tila has for both He-Man and Prince Adam. But when the Game Master and his minions come to kidnap her in the hopes of dragging He-Man into the games, they manage to do that. And of course, He-Man, trying to keep his identity secret, doesn't get the opportunity to go and transform into He-Man. He's trapped as Prince Adam, and of course doesn't have the strength of He-Man. During the battle, Tila takes the power sword, not realizing what it is, and tries to defend Prince Adam. That doesn't work. She's overpowered, taken prisoner, and the Game Master takes the sword as well, just as like a screw you towards Prince Adam, because you know he had the sword in hand. Tila took it off him, so you know, you brave little boy sort of thing. I'll take this as a trophy of my victory. So He-Man, Prince Adam slash He-Man, is stuck in a scenario now where he cannot become He-Man without the sword. The last thing the Game Master says is take this message to He-Man to come and rescue this woman. Off he goes. So all they can do now is go after Tila without the power sword and without the strength of He-Man and Battle Cat. So off they go. Prince Adam, Orgo, Cringer. Cringer and Orgo try to make a diversion for Prince Adam to sneak into the place, and Orgo pretends he's like this mighty hunter and he's got this wild animal he's going to try and sell to the Game Master for the arena. So there's a little bit of comic moments in there with Cringer trying to act tough whenever he can't. He's a scared cat essentially in that form, and the Game Master eventually decides, well, you know what, I'll take him. I could always use him as a clown sort of thing. Hey man, Prince Adam, sorry, manages to get to the prison cells to try and get Tila, but he is captured as well, and he's forced into the arena in place of He-Man. You know, you're going to fight my mightiest warrior as punishment for not taking the message to He-Man. So Tila and Orko, both of them are prisoners at this point, and they're brought out to watch the potential death of Prince Adam in this moment, against this huge creature with like claws. He's like a half man, half scorpion sort of a thing. Prince Adam does his best, tries to fight him, and during the fight, Orko, I have to give Orko props in this episode. Paul Dini did in this episode what you don't normally see with Orko. He gets all his magic right in this episode. He screws nothing up. He manages to use his magic to get out of the ropes that him and Tila are both tied up in, and she goes to fight the monster to protect Prince Adam as her duties, and she gets knocked out during the fight. Orko uses his magic then to, you know, incapacitate everybody in some way, shape or form, just to get their attention away from Prince Adam so he can become He-Man. Everything Orko does in this episode is done right for a change. They don't play him as the clown in this episode. He has his heroic little moment in the episode to help Prince Adam become He-Man, which he does. He gets a power sword back through Orko's magic as well. Everybody's distracted by either like Teela's knocked out, so he can keep his secret from her, which comes back to bite him in the ass, 20 or 30 years later in that new series. The monster is taken care of. He's kicked out of the arena. No, he's not actually. I can't recall how they've done it. That was distracted. So was the game master. Everybody else in there, all the villains, can't see what's happening. Just long enough for Prince Adam to grab the power sword, call down the power, transform into He-Man, get Cringer and the Battle Cat, and the fight commences to take out the big bad warrior. And yes, the He-Man then challenges the Game Master to a one-on-one, man-to-man sort of thing. So the Game Master in the arena has his staff, his trident. He's throwing magic at He-Man. He-Man bounces it all away using the sword, and then uses his sword to throw at the Game Master, just to knock the trident out of his hand, disarming him. And he's like, I told you, man to man or nothing at all. And the Game Master is like, I'm not defeated yet. It's I've still got all my other warriors to fight you. And He-Man's like, what warriors? These people that you've kidnapped and forced into your pointless rounds of fights in this arena. And at that, he turns around and he sees all his warriors walking out on him. He's defeated, completely beaten. These guys have lost all the fear that they had of him. He's been taken down, taken out, and he's, just, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. He-Man then uses the Game Master's own trident to, just bends it around him, bends the metal around him as to put him into cuffs, let's just say. And Teela revives, wakes up, and they have that little moment where that's really weird to see Prince Adam playing the hero. I didn't think I would ever see that, and He-Man agrees with her, obviously keeping his own secret. And at the end of the episode, we have the sorceress uses her time portal to get all these champions of the Games Masters back to their own worlds and their own times and whatnot. And He-Man asks Teela, just out of curiosity, what sort of a man are you looking for? Someone like me or someone like Prince Adam? And she's like, I can't answer that. And I think what I want is someone with Prince Adam's wit and humour, and someone with both that and He-Man's just, I was going to say masculinity there, but it's not the word. What it was, your courage, that was it. Wit and humour of Prince Adam and the courage of He-Man. And at that, the sorceress gives He-Man a little wink, and he gives a little wink in return, knowing that everything that she's looking for is in the one person, even though one is enhanced through the magic at times, the power. Great little episode. The moral of the story in this one, very, very simple. You've seen it there right in the end, in the final fight between He-Man and the Games Master. At this time in the episode, there's always a character break the fourth wall, talk to the viewer. And this is a kid's show at the end of the day, and they break it down, the moral of the story, just to make sure that the viewing audience, the kids, get what they were going for. Orko breaks the fourth wall, and the moral is, today He-Man was forced to play a dangerous game by the Game Master. The Game Master bragged a lot about winning all the time, but he became angry when he lost, and he said that it wasn't fair. Playing games can be a lot of fun, but boasting when you win or getting angry when you lose spoils the fun for everyone, and pretty soon nobody will want to play with you. So take a tip from me, be a good winner and a good loser. You'll enjoy your games more, and so will the people who play with you. Good luck and goodbye. Great, great little episode, and a great, great little moral for kids to learn. I've said it countless times here, and if you've viewed this channel, you're going to be like, oh, you say that every time you make a video. But it's true, I'm not a father. But if I was, I can tell you for definite, I would have the DVDs playing for the kids at some point, because this stuff here, the morals and lessons that you get from that show alone, it's not something you see a lot today. Everything's watered down, and even in some kids shows these days, there's a little level of corruption in there that in my mind doesn't give kids the best start most of the time. But He-Man the Masters of the Universe did give the kids what they wanted, that little bit of fantasy adventure, but good moral storytelling at the end of the day. And again, anything written by Paul Dini is going to be well worth checking out. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it along, do all the good social media stuff. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And until the next episode, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all then.